Hello, beautiful angels. It is Olivia Grace, and I am back with another video for you guys. And today we're talking about revision again because I want to give you guys more success stories and talk about why I'm so good at revision and how you guys can be really good at it too. Because first, I want to just say that I think like my first encounter with revision was successful. So the first time I tried to revise something, it worked really well for me. And I actually have that video. I'll put it in the description. And that was just me trying it out because at that point, I won't say I didn't believe it because I know about the illusion of time. I know that time is very malleable, but I had never heard of changing the past until I got into law of assumption. So I think that in itself has helped me be really good at it. Because I just have that belief that it does work, which is obviously something. But before we continue to get into that, I am a manifestation coach. I have all my links in the description for sessions. I offer guided SAT scenes, guided revision scenes, custom affirmations. All that info will be in the description. And also I am documenting my own SP journey. That is on my membership. So if you guys are interested, you can join that as well. But yeah, and I'm thinking of an intro, guys. I'm gonna make an intro. But cause I realized I kind of come on here and just start talking, but, this channel, Master Manifestors, you guys, right now I'm live in my group on Facebook. That's also in the description, but this channel is about mastering manifestation. Obviously, I am just really documenting my own personal experience, with manifesting and the best ways that I find, and also just really trying to help people. When I found out about manifestation, I just felt like everybody should know. People shouldn't have to suffer if they don't have to. And I want people to be happy and enjoy their lives. So that's what this channel is about. But anyway, so back to revision. Let's start with the success stories. So this is a friend that wanted to quit cigarettes, right? Now, this friend had been smoking cigarettes for, I want to say close to, if not 10 years, and had tried many methods to quit before. But this year she was she had this feeling that she should quit smoking and drinking because she was also drinking heavily. So we decided, it's funny because I hope you guys can catch this visual with me, but I was sitting with her and there was a blanket, right? And you guys know those fuzzy blankets where they have those itty bitty, it's made up of all these itty bitty fuzzes. And I was telling her, do you see all these fuzzes that make up this blanket? That's the amount of realities that there are. There is a reality where you've never smoked cigarettes. There is a reality, where that's never been a thing for you. And what we did, we just really rampaged. We really were just you've never smoked cigarettes. You actually hate the smell of cigarettes. Anytime somebody is anytime someone's smoking and you're around, you're coughing I can't, ew, this is too much. And we just played around like that for a while, maybe I don't know, a few minutes. And that was it, right? She then later tells me, maybe about a week later, that she quit cigarettes. She also quit drinking, which we didn't even do any revision on the drinking for her. But she wasn't drinking she drinks socially now, whereas before she was drinking every day. And she said she quit cigarettes, cold turkey, no anything to do it. She said she completely lost the urge. She doesn't even have the urge to smoke anymore. And that was that. And she hasn't smoked cigarettes since then. And it's been a few months now. So that's one. If any of you guys are struggling with an addiction or a habit that you want to break, revise it, that you've never, ever done that. Right. And the next one was for me. And I had actually, I was manifesting some money, right, for something I needed to pay. And the money, I ended up basically getting the money by the time that I wanted it, but I didn't get it the way it was basically very last minute. I got it very last minute. It was a very stressful and anxious process for me. So I didn't like that. So I revised that it came and it was an easy process and it was just, everything went exactly the way I wanted. Right. So the next day, my brother actually, cause I had borrowed the money from somebody and I was going to pay it back. So the next day, my brother tells me that cause he actually had told me the night, I was going to borrow it from him, but he had told me that he didn't have any money. He didn't have anything. He was waiting on his check. And so the next day he hits me up again and is like, yo, I just got all this money. I just got some unexpected money. If you still need that money, I can send it to you. sends it to me and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so appreciative. I'm grateful. Like, I'll send it back. And he's like, no, you don't need to send it back. It's fine. So it kind of rectified the situation, right? And I came out ahead because initially I was going to have to pay it back no matter who I got it from or where I got it from. But now it's in the position where I don't even have to pay it back, right? So the reason why, you guys, I'm so great at revision and why you are now so great at revision and how to have this mentality, you guys, is really about understanding the malleability, moldability of reality. That just because reality is one thing doesn't mean it has to continue to be that. Just because it was one thing doesn't, like, basically really believing and understanding and knowing that you can change. You can change anything. You can decide and just really honestly just give it a try, give it a shot. Because when, like I said, the first time that I revised something, I didn't know what to expect. A lot of times when I revise things, I don't know what to even expect because we're so used to seeing things as so set in stone. Well, this is what it is. Well, this is what happened. How can it be anything else, right? No, like, it's what you say it's going to be. It's what you say it was, right? So really, I'm like, honestly, you guys, like, revision in time, I hate to say it's difficult because I don't like to say anything's difficult, but it's not difficult, but it's trippy. It's very opposite to what we understand as reality, as life. You know what I mean? Which is why I think it can be hard for you to wrap your mind around it, which is with all of this law of assumption stuff, especially if you're new. But that reminds me of the video I need to make. But yeah, you guys, like the malleability that it doesn't matter. Okay. It doesn't matter what it was. Obviously, guys, when you're manifesting, the how should never be a question. Okay. Because that's going to keep you in such a small, tiny box. It's going to be very difficult to manifest anything when you're worried about the how. So that's obviously not on the table, right? All it is that you imagine, just say that it was something else. And something I was telling my client today, and like, even with what I just told you guys in my success story, never accept defeat. I saw this quote, or someone posted and they said, you know, be willing to fail and then revise that you won. You know, because so many times we're afraid to even try to manifest something. It's 333. We're so afraid to try to manifest something or to try to do something because we're afraid that we're not going to be able to do it. But be willing to do it. And fail sometimes. Be willing to do it and maybe not hit that target, but revise it. You know what I mean? Neville Goddard talks about that. They talk about, and I want to say Joseph Murphy, they say that sin is missing the mark. You know, don't miss, you know, if you miss the mark, it's cool. Go back though and revise that you hit it though. Revise that it went exactly your way, because this again is reinforcing the belief that things go your way every time, that you do not lose, you cannot fail. And that is really like a pro tip, you guys, and really being a great manifester, having that belief that you do not, cannot, will not fail. It allows you to create so much better and easier and with so much less anxiety. Okay. So really being amazing at revision is number one. Of course the how is off the table, but understand that you can do it. You can change it. Nothing is set in stone. Really see that this world, though it seems so concrete, it seems so physical, it seems so real, it is clay. It is putty in your hands. It is going to be what you say it's going to be. And that doesn't matter for the future, the past, the present, whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter because time is not a real thing. And I'm linking the video that I'm talking about because I go into depth about speaking about time and timelines. And that's something else I'll insert really quick before I end this, is understanding parallel realities. I'm not going to go into detail because I've gone into detail in plenty of my videos about parallel realities. I'll try and link maybe another one, but really that first video that I made on revision and the illusion of time, it really explains like why it's easy for you to just completely leave this timeline where, for instance, it didn't happen, right? For instance, where I was telling with my friend that smoked cigarettes. Yeah, sure. There was a timeline where she did smoke cigarettes and she did drink and she did do all that. There's a timeline where she never did that in her freaking life. And that's the timeline that we're choosing, right? So when you see that creation is finished, it's already complete. You don't need to go back into a time machine to change things because it's already changed in another timeline. You just want to place your consciousness in the timeline where it was changed. And all of this sounds so much more complicated than it was because all you have to do is simply just imagine that it was. Accept, and it's not even just imagining, guys, it's accepting in your mind that this is what happened instead. This is what happened instead because I said so. and just watch what happens, you guys. It works every single time. Like, revision is like, it's so tripped out. And I do offer, I can create revision scenes for you guys. I do this with my clients in pretty much most of my sessions, because a lot of like our core identities that are hindering us are coming from this one thing, that this one event, or this one feeling about ourselves, this one feeling of I that we've had since like childhood, you know? So when you revise that, it's changing the whole, like that whole identity that you have. So understand that reality is malleable. It is bendable. It is going to be what you say it's going to be. Okay. Leave the how off the table and just try. Practice, you guys. Always practice. Neville talks about revising your whole day. That for me, I fall asleep before I can revise my whole day, but just revise stuff, you guys. When things don't go your way, revise that it did, and watch how things in the future change. People even experience things in the past actually shifting and changing for them. Okay. So try it for yourselves. I love you guys. Intending that this helps. I know that it does, and I'll see you in the next video.